Welcome here to the Forest Acres Classic. It's Game 3, the 19th annual FAC. This game hopefully going to be a good one. Welcome into Bracket A. Or bracket number 1. It's got the Miller School up from Albemarle in Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia, if you want to be exact. And you have the Dutch Fork Silver Foxes, a native to the Columbia area from Irmo, South Carolina. Dutch Fork, they won their bracket last year, but got trounced by River Bluff in the championship. They're looking for some revenge against a very, very hot Miller team coming into today. This Miller team is one to watch. It should be a lot of fun, and it's head coached by, I'm sure you've heard this before, guys, Billy Wagner, the former NL All-Star, including multiple years for the best team in the Major League Baseball history, the New York Mets. Definitely. Jeff couldn't keep a straight face. Welcome in, Jeff. It's good to have you back for this one, but yeah.
I think that's the wrong New York team.
I'm glad at least one of us can keep a straight face. All right, so both the all-season vets here, if you're watching from Miller and Dutch Fork, really don't need to say a lot about the bracket, but as you all know, the winner of this bracket will go face in the championship game on day number 4. In our side, it's Miller, Dutch Fork, and then the other two teams are Brooklyn KC and AC Flora, which will be the nightcap of this game. We'll quickly run through the the Miller lineup. You got Casey Wagner on the bump, Dom Caffiaro behind the plate, Evan Hankins at first, John Michael Sheff at second, Jackson Ingram at short, Ryan Jones at third, Noah Gray left, Manny Browman in center, and Jackson Rosales in right. Leading off for the Silver Foxes is Brady Yarborough. We are underway for Game 3 as Yarborough fouls that one back. It's 0-1. So 4:53 is your start time. It's a little earlier than the 5 o'clock as advertised, so apologies for starting early, but if you're just coming in now, it's going to be hopefully a good game. Our scoreboard's actually out of whack on the at the field, so going to have to be a little bit of touch and go here. Ball number 2 on the right-handed shortstop. It's a righty-on-righty matchup here to begin the 2023 Forest Acre Classic for both Miller and the Silver Foxes. Coming home, Wagner, another high ball. It's 3-0 here against Brady Yarborough.
2-1. First one's fouled off.
Oh, you're right. This is why I need that scoreboard.
You're also on your third game this day, so.
Hey, we're getting there. Yeah. Well, theoretically, I had a lot of time to wait between the last two, so.
Yeah, quick games, efficient.
Yeah. If you missed the River Bluff game, it was a dominant one. Now down the left field line, fair ball for Yarborough. Noah Gray will recuperate that in left. Yarborough takes the hard turn, but will stay at first. Nice start here for the Silver Foxes. He's trying to hit off of a man who has yet to allow a run, Colton Wagner, on the mound for the Mavericks. If you thought I was wrong, no, I was not. Colton Wagner, 18 innings pitched, 4 appearances, 3 starts, 13 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. A tough nut to crack here, but they're going to try to give it to Ethan Offing, see if he can do something here for the Silver Foxes. Man on first, righty on righty, and Offing skies one foul. I think we were all looking at that ball, seeing when it was going to land, if it was going to stay fair, because if it was fair, it was gone.
I think it's still going. It's just foul.
As I said, if it was fair, it was gone. It was just Offing. Was a little ahead on that. 0-1 the count. Top of the first, 0-0. Brady Yarborough, the shortstop, over at first base. Wagner in early trouble. He'll pick him off, but unable to do any damage. Offing having a great season so far for the Silver Foxes, hitting .317. For Dutch Fork. He was a part of this tournament last year and had a day against Flora. I'm sure we'll get more into that as this game goes on. Second pitch to Offing, inside, ball 1. Yarborough thought about going, but instead holds up at first.
Was Sparky saying hey to the stream?
Huh?
Sparky saying hey to the stream.
No. Yarborough does have 5 stolen bases. He is a threat to go. Wagner keeping a close eye on him. Instead, he'll deliver the curveball inside. Almost hit Offing. It's now 2-1, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't see Jeff. The best part about doing the stream deck for the first 2 games is I had it right next to me so I could see what it was. I'm having to go off memory here. 2-1 to the right-handed Offing. Right-handed Wagner on the mound. He'll deal home. That pitch high, sky, pop up to the right side. Evan Hankins, the Tennessee commit, he'll run out of room there, and it will hit foul. And as on cue, as that ball was hit up into the sun, I put my sunglasses on because I couldn't see it. Now the sun is right now starting on its descent. It's closing in on 5 o'clock, so the sun's going to start its descent here around the Midlands, where it should be pitch black for an AC Flora and Brooklyn KC nightcap to cap off day 1 of the FAC. If you missed the early part in bracket 2, it doesn't involve us yet, but it was River Bluff in a 12-0 trouncing of Oceanside Collegiate, and Airport came away with a 6-2 victory over Dorman, swinging strike 3, and Offing goes down. For out number 1, Wagner has his first strikeout of the day.
Now batting number 24, Matthew Rollison.
So bring up Matthew Rollison, one of the best players here on the Silver Foxes lineup. He'll be one to watch all tournament, and potentially in the future down the line he'll be playing in college for Presbyterian next year. First pitch from Wagner to him, fouled straight back into the netting. So again, we talk about these teams, we're really got to talk about River Bluff and Oceanside getting decimated. Dutch Fork is along that same lines. They had 7 players go play collegiate ball last year, including Landon Call, Paul Taylor at the Citadel, Wilkes, Dent, J.J. Smalls at USC Lancaster, Aiden Blevins at USC Union. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Yarborough still at first. You got Kevin Szymanski at the College of Charleston, and Tyler Hodges also at the College of Charleston, a.k.a. a lot of Dutch Fork Silver Foxes are not playing for this team from last year, but still like a solid season for Dutch Fork. They come in tonight at 8-4. Next pitch to him, swinging strike 2, curveball low.
I think Szymanski hit like 2 home runs when you weren't here. Like
probably.
Was it last? It was last year, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't here for the total of last year, the totality. I'll be here for pretty much every single game this year except the 2 opening ones tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll be here for the 2 bracket 1 games, but not the bracket 2.
I actually met Szymanski during orientation at College of Charleston.
Of course you did. Ball down the right field line, cutting over. It's Rosales in right field. It's going to go foul, though. We'll run out of room.
Yeah, we're talking to Carew, and he's friends with him.
Sure.
But down there to play baseball.
I'm sure. Hopefully, how's Carew doing? Have you kept up with him?
He's doing good. I don't think he's played this year.
I mean, it's hard to come in as a freshman usually.
Yeah.
Most teams, unless you're like one of these superstars, like Bo Hollins, may go in and play as a freshman if he
plays.
If he goes to Carolina, he could get drafted to the minors right away. I mean, you saw him. If you missed that, I mean, he had a home run that cleared the outfield netting. Yeah, you heard that right. Yarborough goes, ball in high and inside, throw it down to second. It's going to zip away from the second baseman, Chef, going to center field for Manny Brauman. So a stolen base from Yarborough. If it was collected, it may have been in time. Cafferillo behind the dish, couldn't keep it down. So 1-2 goes the count here against Rollison. Wagner.
Glad Hollins is back because he injured his elbow last year, which is why like he had so many home runs going into the Forest Acres Classic and then slowed down the pace because I think he started just hitting. I can't remember if he was just hitting right or left because he normally switches. Did he switch it today?
He did not switch it today. He
just
left.
Lefty?
Yeah, but I think they only had 2 righties on the mound, so
yeah.
I mean there wasn't an opportunity to switch it. 1-2 the count here. Wagner taking his time, runner on second here, top of the first, 1 out, 0-0 contest. Dutch Fork. That's a high hit ball from Rollison in the center. Brauman backing up toward the warning track. He has room and he'll come in, make the play in center field. No advancement from Yarborough. 2 down here on the top of the first. But no, I mean, Hollins had 12 homers going into the Forest Acres Classic last year. Mm-hmm. After the Forest Acres Classic, had 7. Yeah. That's usually around the midpoint of the season for the.
Yeah, and 7 is really good.
Yes, correct. And he had 12 coming in.
Yeah, 12 was crazy.
He was on a record pace last year, unfortunately for him. He's not having as good of a year this year, but it's also probably part of the factor that they really want to pitch to Bo Hollins.
Yeah.
He has 15 walks.
Yeah, and he had a stacked lineup last year.
I mean, that lineup is insane when you look at it. Now the 4-hole hitter, Wagner, curveball low, ball 1 against Riley Salters. The right-handed center fielder versus the right-handed pitcher. Salters is ahead 1-0 here. It's a lot easier to commentate when I don't have to like worry about the score bug and everything.
Yeah.
I will say. So there's my excuse. You know, I give one every game. Wagner trying to escape trouble here in the first. Throws a breaking ball outside against the righty. It's going to be 2-0.
I never get to handle the stream deck, but I love this. It's like perfect. It's like a joystick. But
you're excited?
Yeah, it's really good. I made a good purchase choice.
I will say so. Today across Forest Acres, the wind has been coming in from the center field ballpark. You may have saw that when it went to Brauman in center, but the wind has knocked some balls down in the air. Pitch now 2-0 catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 1 against Salters. So Salters has been one of the players to step up dramatically in the absence of all those players I listed for Dutch Fork early. He's hit .528 and gets on base over 62% of the time. This kid is insane at the dish. Looking to produce here. 2 and up, 2 and 1, outside, ball 3. Good job by Cafario, excuse me, to get in front of that one. Salters is only a sophomore as well, so one to watch out for the Silver Foxes team for a long, long time. So it's another sophomore on the mound, Case and Wagner. Both of these players could be players to watch in their respective draft classes, and they're going to call Wagner for a balk. It's the second balk of the day. The first one was on Oceanside Collegiate.
Oh, is that Case, Coach's son?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you? I figured the Wagner gave it away.
Yeah, it really does.
His brother's playing up in, I think, at Liberty right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 3 and 1 the pitch. Skips away, ball 4. Yarborough's going to break for the plate, and he will score. Wagner gives up his first run of the year. As Raleigh Salters, I guess, draws the 4-pitch or the 5-pitch walk, but Yarborough comes to score, and Dutch Fork leads 1-0. Well, not something you've seen a lot at AKA at all, as Miller is coming down. This team is one of the top teams in Virginia, so they're not shy from competition. So Wagner surrenders his first run and brings up the 5-hole hitter, Jarvis Jackson. He's designated hitting today. Salters on first. They're going to pitch to Jackson. It'll be a strike for the right-handed hitter on the outside part of the zone. Salters leads the team with 6 stolen bases this year. Not afraid to go. Jarvis Jackson would love to put a runner in scoring position to add to his 9 RBIs. However, he's behind 0-2 after Wagner throws a fastball low and away in the strike zone. Salters leaves pretty much in every single category. Jarvis trying to bring him in. Now pitch, swinging, strike 3. Wagner gets him on 3 straight strikes after he was not happy about the balk. However, Miller, they trail 1-0 after a wild pitch scores Brady Yarborough from third. The Mavericks will come up to bat here in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere.
Jackson Ingram.
Welcome back here to the Midlands. A 1-0 lead for Dutch Fork going to the bottom of the first. Quickly through the lineup on the mound, the College of Charleston commit Hunter Phipps. Behind the plate, David Derrick is getting DH for. Boone Miller at first, Ethan Offing at second, Brady Yarborough short, Matthew Rawls in third, Boykin Bickley in left, Raleigh Sanders in center, and Candler Morden in right. It's low and inside for ball 1.
Called a balk?
I guess they're calling a balk.
Oh, it was a ball anyways, right?
Yeah, it was a ball. There's no one on base. Doesn't matter. Leading off for Miller, it's Jackson Ingram, the shortstop. Dutch Fork has been a phenomenal team this year so far, coming 8-4 into this game. Low away ball 2 here for the College of Charleston commit. This is Phipps' 5th start of the year. He's pitched 22 2/3 innings, only given up 2 earned runs, and has 39 strikeouts. This kid is on blazing fire. As Ingram fouls that back off, and it's 2-1. So Miller is one of these teams that they're acting, and they carry themselves like a professional ball club. They carry 26 players for this game, and which shows on my notes. There's 3 full pages of notes as well. It has a 4th one. So get ready for it. Leading off is Jackson Ingram. He's a West Virginia commit, one to be careful of for Phipps. It's 2-1, swinging strike 2, blew a fastball right by him, right across the heart of the zone. As the right-hander on the mound deals to the right-handed shortstop. Ingram not having the start of the year. He won only 10 hits so far this year. He checks swings low in the dirt. He got him. Goes around. Strike 3. And Phipps starts his day off where he leaves it off with a K. Phipps is a very dangerous pitcher, showing you why. Comes into the day coming after last week, he had a win against White Knoll, 6 2/3 innings, and 15 strikeouts in the win. I mean, it's
6 2/3, 15 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they come in winners of 5 straight. Now next, John Michael Sheff, the left-handed second baseman, takes one on the inside corner, strike 1. Has one of the most interesting names. Luckily, I got to talk to Coach Wagner today, and he cleared up his name. It's not pronounced like it's spelled, but nonetheless, Sheff's a very good player, swinging a hot bat as he fouls one back toward the Dutch Fork dugout on the left side. And it's 0-2 here for Sheff. John Michael Sheff. I said he was hot. I mean, I should probably elaborate. 455 batting average already this year. 7 RBIs, 1 homer. My bad. Not 7 homers, not Bo Hollins. He's behind 0-2. Phipps breathes out, throws a pitch, strike 3. Caught him looking on the outside part of the plate. And Phipps, 2 up, 2 down, both via the strikeout. And Miller now on their 3-hole hitter, Manny Brauman, the center fielder.
Up next for Miller School, number 24, Mandela Bowman.
Oh, Brauman, same. I think it has Brauman, but we'll go with it. Righty on righty. First pitch, foul ball by Manny. His real name is Mandela, but he goes by Manny, which is why you may hear me differentiate from the PA announcer. Manny now is behind 0-1. Phipps has got ahead of every single batter so far. The pitch, low, ball 1. Yeah, and it's Brauman. It's 1-1 from the College of Charleston commit. Phipps to Brauman. Pitch, swinging strike 2. He fooled him with the off speed. Second time he's fooled a batter with the off speed. He got Sheff swinging and he got Brauman swinging on a nasty off speed pitch. Phipps 1 strike away from striking out the side in the opening frame. This man, unlike every pitcher we've watched today, he's not working fast. He comes home off speed. Brauman lays off ball 2. Good eye from Brauman. That looks like a curveball, Jeff, that just breaks straight down.
He lost speed.
He's good.
Maybe slider, because it was 81, I think.
Yeah, this is what you came for the Forest Acres Classic. A ton of talent here this year, including the man on deck, as Brauman fouls that one off right at the man on deck, who I'll talk a lot about later, Evan Hankins. I can quickly talk about Hankins. Tennessee commit. We'll wait for more as the stream goes on, but this kid is special talent, to say the least. It's 2-2 though right now. Phipps trying to get Brauman at the dish. He deals. Pitch. That ball's shortly hit into right field. Coming on Morden. He's going to have room, and he'll sit under it to make the catch for out number 3. Phipps strikes out a pair and gets a fly out. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Silver Foxes. We'll move into the second inning with a 1-0 lead in favor of Dutch Fork. But before that, I think we got something to do, right, Jeff?
Yep, that's right.
So we want to thank our sponsors. So first, we're going to talk about the Big Red Box Company. Yeah, so both of these companies that are sponsoring today are both run by Chris Dorsey, not Ken Dorsey, his son. Chris Dorsey. I've made the error before. So Chris has the Big Red Box Company. It's his main job, but this is a dumpster and a container company. They have great customer satisfaction. They're great communication, and they operate around the Midlands. You need anything stored, you need anything trash, anything like that nature. Okay, Chris Dorsey, the number's on the screen.
We got it.
It's 803-783-6834 and or www.bigredbox.dumpstercompany.com.
In addition, they're huge supporters of local sports.
Yes.
Young kids all the way up through high school. They've been big supporters here at AC Flora, but then across the Midlands, been really great.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeff knows a little more about me, but we'll move on to the team I know a lot about, a team I actually covered this past summer, the Richmond 215. It's a Legion team, so I know Dutch Fork's more around the area than Miller, but Legion is available in every state, and it's a free form of baseball over the summer with some top-class competition. You get some of the best returning high school seniors and juniors around the state, as well as some college commits playing it over the summer. As I said, it's free, and it's a great way to get ready for the next season of baseball. Hit that QR code on the screen. You can sign up for our 215 team right now. I know Dutch Fork, they feed into a couple one of them, so again, come play some Legion. It's a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure Samansky and Paul Taylor played some Legion ball, so you should too.
That's right. And I think I'll have to look at that QR code, but I think you can sign up. It applies to teams across South Carolina.
Gotcha. Yeah, just sign up.
I'll look at it and see.
Sign up for some Legion ball as we set to begin inning number 2. Dutch Fork, they lead 1-0 here, and leading off the right-handed pitcher, Hunter Phipps. First pitch to him, strike on the outside part of the zone. So Phipps, the right-handed pitcher again, College of Charleston commit. He's been phenomenal on the mound. He's trying to pick it up at the plate. Next pitch to him, foul right back into the catcher's mask. Cafferillo, think he's all right, so we'll shake it up.
I'd be on the ground.
I mean, I would too. I mean, we saw what happened earlier, a ball that skipped up and the catcher had to come out later. But either way, Hunter Phipps at the plate this year, only 6 for 31, trying to pick that one up. He does have 3 RBIs, but he's looking to make some more noise at the dish. Pitch to him, now inside strike, 3 looking. Phipps goes down looking, and Wagner has his 3rd strikeout of the first 6 batters. Looks to bring up the left fielder, Boykin Bigley. Bigley, the right-handed left fielder. Try his fare against Wagner, who's starting to find his groove after a leadoff single. First pitch to the right-handed left fielder. Ball 1, a little low and outside. Bigley, the junior, coming in off a 0 for 3 a performance in the win against White Knoll. Looking to bounce back here, but not an easy task. Wagner will deal home, swinging, fouled that ball into the dirt, strike 2, and that actually hit Cafferillo again. Second time he's been hit this inning, one by a ball and then once by a bat. Or I think both by a ball. That bat happened earlier. I'm getting my games mixed up, as the sun's now starting to beam directly on me. All right, well, top of the second, 1 down here. Dutch Fork leading it 1-0 against the Miller School in Charlottesville, Virginia. They've come down making their 7th straight Forest Acres Classic appearance. That ball fouled back and Bigley behind 0-2. Miller's making their 7th straight Forest Acres Classic appearance. Dutch Fork only their 6th. They took a year off in 2021, and now they are back with the 3rd straight in a string of 3 and broken up into 2. Now Bigley, a ball chopped shortly over to third base. Ryan Jones on the hop, quickly fires, and he gets him out. Nice play from Jones over at third. Had to field it quickly and fire over to Hankins at first, but he delivers, and that's out number 2.
Stepping in the box for the Silver Foxes, number 7.
I will bring up number 7, the first baseman, Boone Miller. Boone really known for his pitching on the mound. We'll probably see him later this week at the plate, looking to pick it up a little bit. Only 4 for 25 for Mr. Miller. Again, not an easy task. You've got Billy Wagner's kid on the bump. First pitch to him, low and outside against the right-handed hitter. Ball 1 from the right-hand flamethrower. Wagner breeze out. He's going to dish home. Pitch low, ball 2. And what's been a kind of a calm second inning wind-wise. It's kind of moving a little, getting a little hotter, peaking around the low 80s. High 70s, if you will. 1 in, 1 from Wagner coming home. Foul back into the backstop. Miller is behind 1 and 2. Wagner got a great defense behind him. He'll breathe in and fire home. Hot shot down the left field line, but that one will go foul. Boone Miller just got ahead of that. Does not have, or he does have a homer, excuse me. He has 1 home run this season. But he's been 4 for 35 in his last 35 plate appearances. He's trying to break out of what we would call a slump. He has the power to do so, just needs to connect. 1 and 2, swinging strike 3, and Wagner gets him down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down for Kaysen. However, Dutch Fork put 1 across in the first and still lead it 1-0. Miller looking to respond in the bottom of the second against the College of Charleston commit.
Leading off for the Mavs, number 12.
Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. We're set to begin the bottom of the second frame in this game. It's game 3 of the 19th annual Forest Acres Classic. And getting into the dish, one of the best players in the tournament as a whole, Evan Hankins. I could probably spend about 10 minutes listing off Hankins' attributes, but I'll let Phipps greet him with a first pitch fastball that's low and inside for ball 1. Well, quickly to put it over, I said he's a Tennessee commit. He plays on the Braves scout team. He's on the 16 and 17U team for the United States of America, and he's a top 50 recruit in the junior class. As Phipps throws 2 straight fastballs inside, he's behind 2-0. So again, this kid got power, got speed, he got contact, he has everything you want in a player. Phipps, though, has not touched the zone yet. Fastball low and away, ball 3. Trying not to give Hankins a pitch to hit. Hankins last year was absolutely insane at John Battle High School. 4 homers, 44 RBIs, and he fouls that one back right at us. You a little scared, Jeff? I couldn't tell if you jumped. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
No, that was all right.
Oh, did your sunglasses break?
Not mine.
Oh, gotcha. Well, 3-1 here against the left-handed junior, Evan Hankins. The right-hander on the mound. Taking his time. Breeze out, throws one hard hit to second base. Going to be a play by Offing. Great fielder over there. Easily flips it over to first, and Boone Miller for the first out of the second. Hankins will be one to watch all tournament. Him, Bill Hollins, and Mitch Wilson for Dorman are the 3 players committed to Power 5 school, or to big name schools rather. There are a couple. There's a Georgia Tech commit out. I think there's a Georgia Tech commit out there, but. Or no, it's a West Virginia commit, excuse me, in this game. What am I thinking? Well, 1 down here for Ryan Jones. Fastball low for ball 1. So, This is a weird, this is such a big team. I gotta flip through multiple pages sometimes to get to these kids. But Ryan Jones hitting 2 for 16 this year, but last year was phenomenal. 339 at the dish. Looking to get hot here. However, Hunter Phipps is not an easy person to crack as he greets him with a 1-ball strike. So it's a 1-1 fastball, or 0-1 fastball that found the zone to make it 1-1. Infield playing back close to the grass here against Jones. They curveball, beautiful pitch, and Jones has to take a second to get out of the box for that one. Phipps, this kid has been on fire. And I mean, goodness gracious, that is dirty. Jones will get back in, righty on righty, 1 out, bottom of the second, 1-0 lead for the Silver Foxes. The pitcher deals low. Ryan Jones doesn't bite. Going to be 2-2 now against the Mavericks, right-handed right fielder, or third baseman. What am I thinking? Jeez. Can't get anything right now. Well, a couple things. Everything going all right for you, Jeff?
Yeah,
You've been MIA for a little bit.
I'm doing all right.
I mean, it's an easier job.
My son's not doing great.
Well,
I'm doing all right.
Hopefully he'll be all right. 2-2 the pitch. Low, catching some dirt. Ball 3. It's a full count for the first time tonight for the College of Charleston commit on the bump. So on deck, it's Jackson Rosales, and if it gets that far in the hole is Dom Cafarillo. Phipps works as slow as ever, but it works to perfection. Takes his time. He'll burn and turn. Here we go. Pitch, hanging foul ball down the right field line. We'll do it all again. It's really cool seeing how these players you play. I mean, you have a great selection of teams from 8 teams across the state, as well as obviously Virginia in front of us. But all these pitchers seem to want to work really fast when they find their groove. Hunter Phipps, it feels like he's working best when he's doing this, when he's pitching without that pitch clock per se in the majors. Full count pitch coming on from Phipps, slowing away, ball 4, and he walks him. Great AB from Ryan Jones, battling back for the first base runner of the afternoon for the Mavericks. Well, that brings up the right-handed hitter, Jackson Rosales.
Jackson Rosales.
Rosales was one of the people that they actually brought in for this Miller squad last year. Coach Wagner doing a great job of getting some talent around the state, as well as Jackson Rosales. Well, thought he was one. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to call time real quick and take a step out. Maybe I was wrong, but Rosales is still one of those players that Wagner doing a great job of bringing into this team. And he's become a staple in the lineup. Looking for some damage here, looking to try to get back even. It's a 1-0 Dutch Fork lead in the bottom of the second with 1 out. I mean, it's a phenomenal team looking to continue their hot stretch. They've won 3 straight in 7 of their last 8. Miller's got a tough nut to crack, though. It's Hunter Phipps on the bump. For second pitch, swinging strike. Beautiful pitch from Phipps. Fools Rosales. I mean, that off-speed. I'm surprised you're not laughing, Jeff. You usually laugh at these off-speed pitches. Is it because it's not Grant Loggins?
I'm trying to figure out pitch counts. I'm failing.
Well, I mean, it's okay.
I got it now, though.
Trust me, my pitch counts were not my friend earlier today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't multitask that well. Now, runner goes. Pitch. Hard hit into center field. Sanders got a read on it, though. It's right at him. So Ryan Jones going to make the hard run back. Throw back to first, not in time. But that's the second out. For Rosales, a hard line out right at the center fielder. And there's now 2 down with the catcher, Dom Cafarillo, coming up.
Number 5, Don
Cafarillo. So Cafarillo, he's not one of those Power 5 commits. However, he's committed to Georgetown to play some ball at the next level. This Coach Wagner team, Miss Miller squad, has just been phenomenal. They're a great job of getting all of these baseball players, and they're a real threat to win this whole tournament. But so are the Silver Foxes right now. Now, going again, Jones. Pitch low, ball. No strike, but Jones held up. It looked like he was going to second, but he stopped around a 5th of the way down the line. Ryan Jones does have 2 stolen bases this year, but seems like he's been trained to take that hard turn. And Phipps on cue will throw over to first, but no tag applied to Jones. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Dutch Fork is leading 1-0 here. Cafarillo The right-handed catcher doing battle with the right-handed Phillips on the mound. Phipps, excuse me, I don't know why I said Phillips. Fastball inside, strike. Beautiful from Phipps. So is the count 1-1 or is it 0-1?
It's 0-2.
0-2. There we go. I knew. See, I'm on my A game, eh?
Yeah.
0-2 for Phipps, looking for another punch out here. Yo, Tyler home, just fouled off. Caffarillo got a piece. And it will stay at 0-2. AC Flora lineup coming in now. Slowly trickling in here as they're the last game of the night against Brooklyn Casey at home. Looking to win their 6th straight here tonight, but we'll talk a lot more about that after this game. 0-2. Phipps looking the man back at first. He'll deliver home the pitch. Rounded over, softly hit to offing. He'll pick it up with one hand and get the out. So 4 up, 3 down. It was a long bad B that resulted in a walk for Ryan Jones, but the only base runner the Mavericks could muster as they trail 1-0, going to the top of the 3rd, where Dutch Fork will look to expand the lead. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back to the Midlands of South Carolina. Top 3 incoming here in the 3rd game of the Forest Acres Classic on day number 1. Now it'll be 9-1-2 here for the Silver Foxes in the 3rd. Candler Morden, right fielder, will do battle against the right-handed Cason Wagner. Hard hit right at second. Chef on a rope catches it. Out number 1, and Morden, before I can barely get his name out, the right-hander's retired.
Now batting number 3, Brady Yarborough.
So Yarborough comes back to the dish, the only runner to come across here in the Forest Acres Classic. He scored on a wild pitch. It's the only runner Cason Wagner has allowed all season. He'll look to see if he can improve to 2-0 against Wagner. Pitch off speed high for ball 1. Yarborough coming in as one of the hottest hitters for this Silver Fox team. He's hitting, .385 as he watches ball 2 go by. The senior looking for a college so he can go find a home next year, but the kid gets on 51% of the time. He improved that last AB. 2-0 coming home to him. Strike on the outside part of the zone against the right-handed batter. Wagner has been putting on a rope as of late. Apart from the 1 walk and the 1 hit, he's been solid tonight. Now that pitch skied in the right field, going over Rosales. He's a man to make a long run toward the line, loses his hat as he makes the play just in foul territory for out number 2. Wagner working quickly here in the top of the 3rd. Now the second baseman, Ethan Offing, Look at his shot at Wagner. He was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Alfing does have 9 strikeouts for this team and is now tied, or taking the, no, he's not taking the lead. I'm looking at walks, excuse me, as he takes ball 1 outside. He still trails Boykin Bickley for the most strikeouts on the team, so. But 9 is not something number he wants to change, so we'll see if he can try to get it right here. 1-0 coming home from Wagner to off speed, grounded over to short or third. Ryan Jones plays it on the hop and gets out number 3. Wagner, you blink and you miss it. Goes 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third, retiring the last 7 batters. It's 1-0 lead for the Silver Foxes. We'll be right back here for the bottom of the third on Definite Fiction. Here we go, bottom of the third incoming here at Falcon Field at AC Florida High School. It's going to be Drew Lucy, Noah Gray, and then Jackson Ingram here in the third for the Mavericks. They're going to try to break through a Hunter Phipps who's been absolutely insane on the mound. 2 strikeouts to begin the game, and he's retired 6 of the 7 batters he's faced here tonight with a walk. Now showing bunt Lucy, he pulls it back, and it's going to be a strike nonetheless from the right-handed DH. Drew Lucy hitting 8th in the order. Then it's going to be 9, Noah Gray. Hunter Phipps is righty on righty here in the bottom of the third as a strike passes through, and he's behind 0-2. The curveball catches the bottom part of the zone. Drew only has 1 hit on the year. He's behind 0-2. Phipps deals that ball shot into center field. Going back is Sanders toward the track, looking up at the wall. He can't make the catch. It's off the wall. Lucy gets into second. He takes the turn, and he'll stop. Great double. And Drew Lucy gets the first hit of the game for the Mavericks. A hard hit off of Phipps. Hard to imagine that's not a hit. I mean, that was a ball that was shot in the center field, and Sanders had a tough read on it.
Yeah, I don't know that you can assign him an error.
I'm looking at Game Changer, seeing if they did, but I mean, I doubt it. Well, quickly now, Miller has threatening for the first time this afternoon. They have 1 on and nobody out in the bottom of the third. And a runner in scoring position for Noah Gray, the right-handed left fielder. Now he's going to show bunt. He's going to keep it down, and that ball's going to go to the left of the pitcher. Phipps has to come off. He's going to fire to first. That ball brings him off the bag, and he's safe at first. How about that? That may be an error from the pitcher. But nonetheless, 2 on, nobody out, and here come the Mavericks. Now we'll bring back up Jackson Ingram. He started the day off with a K for the Miller Mavericks. Now looking to try to reverse that and bring home their tying run of the game. First and third, nobody out, bottom 3. Dutch Fork leads 1-0. Now showing bunt, that ball's gonna be fouled back over the dugout of the Miller Mavericks on the right-hand side. So they do roll a double for Drew Lucy officially, and an error on Hunter Phipps. So technically both runs on base do not account to Phipps anymore. He's ahead 0-1. Ingram showing bunt. He's going to keep it down. That bunt down the first base line, high and foul. So now Ingram has bunted 2 straight in the air. We'll now see if they're going to tell him to swing or not. Phipps, even with 2 on, he's not taking any sort of urgency. Waiting for his time, picking his spot. Head 0-2, the pitch coming home, swinging foul ball. Ingram stays alive. The West Virginia commit at the dish, only 2 RBIs so far for him this season. Got a big one right there at third, looking to knot this game up at ones here in the bottom of the third of the opening game for both these teams in the FAC. 0-2 yet again, coming home, swinging strike 3. Phipps got him. May have been foul tipped into the glove, but it all counts the same as a K. And that's how the first out comes. Dutch Fork now has a path out of the inning. It's going to come though against the hottest bat in this lineup, John Michael Sheff. In their win last game, he had 3 out of 4 hits, a homer, and 2 RBIs. This kid was brought in from Blacksburg College in Blacksburg, Virginia, where he hit 338 with 16 RBIs. Left-handed second baseman looking to tie this game, but before we do that, the right-hander on the mound will pick off the runner at first. However, Gray gets back in safely. So Phipps, he was another one who got him with a K. Earlier, it's one of his 3 strikeouts now. Is Sheff at the dish. First pitch, Sheff showing bunt down the third base line. Going to hit the bag, hit the ground. I mean, that ball at first, can't dig it out, is Boone Miller. Everybody is safe. I think it's a hit. I think Sheff would have got there anyways. But an RBI single for Sheff. And it's 1-1 here against Phipps. I'm kind of curious. I thought Robinson may have laid out for that ball. I thought he had a better chance, but he slowed up at the end and allowed that ball to hit the infield grass.
Number 24, Mandela Bowden.
Well, nonetheless, we are tied at ones here. Hunter Phipps. It's not an earned run, as that runner at third was only there because of the error. Well, technically by Phipps, but still. So 1 down, 2 on. And it's a 1-1 contest for the third hole, Manny Brauman. He now shows bunt the pitch high, bunted over the backstop towards us. So we're going to rule as an error. I don't agree with that one, but it's an error going to be on Rollison. That's how he reaches. So another runner on base that's not attached to Phipps. How the cookie crumbles, I guess, here. 0-1 ahead of Brauman. He'll throw it home. Curveball, beautiful strike to Brauman. All he could do was watch. Manny this year, 12 for 29 at the dish. He flew out to right field to end the first inning. Currently he's behind 0-2 against the College of Charleston commit. He'll throw home. Fastball catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 3 looking. Phipps freezes Brauman and gets the second out. And there's a path for Phipps out of the inning, but it runs through the Tennessee commit, Evan Hankins. Hankins, one of the top prospects in the junior class. This kid has everything you need. He can also pitch. You'll probably see him later in this tournament. First pitch to the lefty. Inside, ball 1. The first baseman watches it goes by. Evan grounded over to Offing over at second. Back in his first at-bat. It was a hard hit, hard contact against Phipps. 2 college players going at it. We'll see if one of them can break through the other. Last time it was Phipps. 1-0 the count, 1-1 bottom 3. 2 outs, ball right down the middle, but low for ball 2. Dutch Fork fans can't believe it. They thought it was there. If it gets that far, on deck is Ryan Jones. I don't think Phipps wants to end the threat right now, but you can't be too careful against Hankins at the dish. The pitch, hard hit over Offing. He can't jump and get it to the right field of Morden. Base hit, they're going to wave him around third. Gray coming to the plate. They can't bring it in the outfield, so everyone will move up a bag except Hankins, who drives in a run. And this game is now swinging the other way. It's a 2-1 Miller lead. So on that play, Morden and Sanders couldn't field in the right center cleanly. So it allowed Sheff to get to third. And now the Dutch Fork are going to come talk to their ace on the mound, who you really can't, I guess, fault in this sense. It's one of these things that it's been kind of a hard to pin it on him, but man, when I get some background music, Jeff.
Yeah, I got some. There we go.
So, it's kind of hard. You think? What do you think of the mound? You think it's? What do you think, Dutch Fork? I mean, is it his fault? Phipps?
I don't know. I mean, he seems to be pitching well. It's just, I mean, he's playing against a good team. The ball. Well, I mean, so the errors are not his fault.
Correct.
So, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, that was a good swing at the bat.
Now batting number 2, Ryan Jones.
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it's been a tough outing for Phipps so far. He's finally ran into trouble now in the third. Miller has scored 2 this inning and looking for more with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. First and third here for the 5-hole Ryan Jones. Runner on first goes. That ball's fouled back into the glove. Doesn't matter. Hankins does have 3 stolen bases this season. But with the second out, or that third out could be looming at second, I wonder if David Derrick will throw down to second if Hankins leaves. 0-1 here against Jones. The right-hander deals that curveball right into center fielder, right at Sanders. He'll get under it for out number 3. After a tough inning for the College of Charleston commit, Miller plates 2 off a couple errors, and they now have the 1-run lead here going to the 4th. We're about halfway through this game in the 3rd game of the Forest Acres Classic live on Definite Fiction. But you want to throw some music on, Jeff? I think we need to talk about some stuff, don't you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Big Red Dumpster Company, we have 2 sponsors here today for the Forest Acres Classic, and through the whole tournament, that first on the screen right there, they are a dumpster company as well as a container company. They will help you move. They operate the Midlands. They have great customer satisfaction, great communication, and they support local college, high school town as well throughout the Midlands and the Columbia area. Give Coach Chris Dorsey a call at that number on screen. It's 803. I said Chris, what?
No, I got 803-783-6834. It's, yeah, roll-off dumpster. They bring in the dumpster to you, you fill it, and they take it away.
I mean, it's not much better than that. So Chris Dorsey, he does that by day, by night. In the summer, he leads the Richland 215 Legion team. Legion baseball is a way to stay in shape over the summer and play against some of the best competition in the state. You got a QR code on there, so scan that. It's not for your local Legion team right now. I know some of these players on Dutch Fork played last year. There's kids that are going to college next year. They're college commits, and some of the best high school talent around the state of South Carolina. And obviously, it's in Virginia too. So play Legion. It's free. It's a lot of fun. Great competition. Coach Chris Dorsey leads the Richland 215 team. So yeah, give him the call at the same number.
All right.
Usually it runs right on time, and it's about to as well. We're about to begin the top of the 4th inning. Dutch Fork came to bat up by 1 last inning. Now they're trailing by 1 against this Miller squad. It will be 3, 4, and 5 for the Silver Foxes. However, they went 0 for 3 against Dutch Fork. Well, 0 for 2 rather with a walk.
Number 24,
But Matthew Rollison will lead it off here, the PC commit. Back in his first appearance, Rollison popped out to the center fielder. That's righty on righty here to begin the 4th. The first pitch to Rollison right down Broadway, strike 1. So Miller does have success in this tournament. They won it back in 2019. They also won their 3rd of 3 straight Virginia State champions. That ball hard hit to the 3rd baseman Jones. He fields it on a hop, throws it across the diamond to Hankins for out number 1. Easy does it for Miller. 2 pitches, 1 out here for the Mavericks. I also do apologize for my voice. Usually mentioned on each stream, but it's a little raspy today if you've heard me before. Allergies have not been my friend. Been drinking a lot of tea as of late, so been getting a lot better over the last 2 days. Well, that brings up the stud sophomore center fielder, Riley Sanders. Righty on righty as Wagner throws home and just misses outside for ball number 1. Sanders is one of the leading players at the dish here for the Dutch Fork Silver Foxes. Leads the team in average, in homers, in RBIs, as he watches a strike go by on the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1. He also leads the team in stolen bases too, and he ties for the lead in walks. But now he solo leads it after last inning, so he has 9 walks on the team. 1-1, the curveball, swinging strike 2. Wagner fooled him. I mean, that is such a nasty pitch. Both pitchers offering that curveball, which has been just absolutely filthy. Kaysen showing you why right there. He exhales, brings his glove down, wheels, deals home, foul tipped into the glove, strike 3 swinging for Salters, and there's 2 down. You blink and you miss it. Wagner now has 5 strikeouts through 4 innings and has really settled down here. He's retired the last 9 batters for the Silver Foxes. We'll see if Jarvis Jackson can break that trend. He was a strikeout victim to end the first inning. It's the right-handed designated hitter versus the right-handed pitcher. First pitch, fastball just missed outside, ball 1. Jackson coming into the night hot, however. Wagner stays off. He hits hitting over 300, however. It was 0 for 4 in their last win against White Knoll. Coming home the pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Jackson thought it was a little low, but got right around the waist. So you'll have to now step back in with an even count. It's the top of the 4th. 2 outs, nobody on here for Jackson, the DH, who watched the strike hit the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Miller has a 2-1 lead, grabbing that with plating 2 in the 3rd inning. Dutch Fork, they struck first back in the 1st inning off a wild pitch. Now they're trying to get one back. 1-2, coming home, curveball, swinging strike 3, and Wagner's feeling it. He's retired the last 10, struck out the last 2, and Miller has a 2-1 lead going to the bottom of the 4th. They'll look to expand on their lead. We'll be back. Welcome back here to Falcon Field at AC Flora High School for the 19th Annual Forest Acres Classic. We're halfway through the game. It's the bottom of the 4th for Miller, and maybe 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Mavericks. Leading off is Jackson Rosales, the right-handed right fielder. He lined out to center back in his first at-bat. First pitch to him inside and low, ball 1. Last inning for Miller, they had 7 up to bat and plated 2, leaving 2 stranded on the base pass. Trying to build on the 2-1 lead they gain. That pitch inside doesn't get the zone as Phipps working back into his 4th inning of work. Righty on righty here. Phipps dealing home that pitch, lined into center field again. Sanders has to move to his left, and it's actually the right fielder. Morden makes the play in the gap. It looked like it was going to center, but that ball kept tailing right, and eventually made the play. It was the right fielder, Candler Morden, who was shifting him to the left. Well, that'll work nonetheless for a line out to the right fielder for out number 1. And now Dom Caffarillo will be up as the second batter of the inning. The right-handed catcher grounded out to end the 2nd inning. He's looking for a little better fortune here against Phipps. Right-hander deals on the mound, inside pitch, but a strike nonetheless. Phipps, he's starting to settle down here. And he's got to be almost perfect. As Case and Wagner on the mound for Miller is looking absolutely outstanding. 0-1 fell back over the backstop. It's now 0-2 here against Caffarillo. Caffarillo has been a strikeout victim 5 times in his 17 plate appearances so far this year. Phipps trying to make it lucky number 6 for him. He'll wind. He'll kick. He'll deal the pitch. High. Did he go? Umpire says no. Ball 1. Phipps thought he did. He was walking around as he was about to throw it around. So an interesting note for Dutch Fork, which I'm kind of just realizing, Connor McKee, the North Greenville commit, is not playing tonight for the Silver Foxes. That ball's grounded up the middle. Yarborough at short cuts it off. Going to make a hard throw to first, and he got him. Nice play from the shortstop, Yarborough. Looked like that ball could get through the hole for Caffarillo. Instead, Yarborough cuts it off, and it's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th for the Mavericks of Miller School and Albemarle. Well, that brings up the right-handed DH, Drew Lucy. He started that last inning off with a double when he came around and scored the first of 2 runs for the Mavericks. He'll look to have the same success against Phipps right here with 2 down and a 2-1 lead here for the Mavericks. Now pitch inside, hit the umpire. He missed everything, but hopefully he's all right. Takes the mask off, readjusts his hat, and he'll flip it right back on. Looking A-okay over there. Phipps, he'll wind, he'll deal, he'll go home, and Lucy fouls one back. It's now 1-1. This game is just like everyone else's today. It's kind of started sort of quickly. I mean, that first game took just over 2 hours, and the last game was a run ruled back in the 5th. I mean, this game started at about 4:55, and now we're just about an hour in. We're almost over half of it now. Lucy will sky that one to right center. Shallow right. Coming on hard is Morden. Going back is Offing. He'll call Morden off, something you don't see often. But he'll make the play for out number 3 in the outfield grass. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Phipps after the long 3rd inning. Still a 2-1 lead here for the Mavericks. They'll go to the top of the 5th, trying to stave off a rally from the Silver Foxes. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's a 2-1 Miller lead going into the 5th. The Silver Foxes now have Hunter Phipps up to begin the 5th inning. Looking to start something here against Wagner, who's really came into his own, retiring the last 10 batters, but it's a little high for ball 1. Wagner came into the day with 0 earned runs given up. He had 1 come across off a wild pitch back in the 1st, but since then has been absolutely rock solid as Phipps fouls that one off the right side. It's 1-1. So an interesting note coming into the day, this Dutch Fork team is not ranked in 5A, even though they're 8-4 with wins over Somerville, who was number 1 in the last ranking. But they haven't been updated in 2 weeks, so kind of curious to see if the Baseball Association of South Carolina will update the rankings sort of soon as that ball runs in on Phipps, and now 2-1. But Dutch Fork, they were unranked in 5A. They are 8-4, and they've won the last 5. I mean, they are on a tear, looking for some more. Now coming home, the curveball stays high. Ball 3 rather. And Wagner in danger of letting his first base runner on since back in the first, where he walked Salters. Now the pitch coming home, low, ball 4, and a walk for Hunter Phipps, a 5-pitch walk at that. So here comes a pitch runner for Dutch Fork as the sun takes a nice little reprieve going behind a cloud. Going to be number 17 over at first. That is Braden Johnson, the sophomore. He's yet to attempt a stolen base. We'll see if, now that they're down by 1 run here in the 5th, he'll try something. Wagner looks like he's a little upset about something, maybe some infield placement. We'll see what happens as the first base runner since the first inning is aboard for the Silver Foxes as Bickley swings through a fastball. It's 0-1. We saw Wagner get into this last time after the wild pitch came out and threw Jarvis Jackson out in 3 straight pitches. We'll see if the same thing happens here to Boykin Bickley, who was a ground out victim back up in the 2nd. Wagner is working out of the stretch. He'll pick off the pitch runner at first, but no movement. It is a courtesy runner, not a pitch runner technically, because Phipps is the pitcher. So they are at the high school level. If you do not know, you're allowed to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher. So that is what Braden Johnson is doing. The 1-1 coming in, swinging strike 2. Bickley swung at the high cheese. Looks like the changeup fooled him a little bit. And it's now 0-2 here against the right-handed hitter. It is to note that this is Miller's ace going against Dutch Fork's ace. So if any Flora fans are in the crowd, we do not have to face either of these 2 pitchers most likely throughout the rest of the tournament, even though after a 9-pitch inning and a 7th pitch inning in the 3rd and 4th innings, Kaysen may be able to pitch toward the later part of the week. Still not likely, though, considering he's probably going to go past this 5th inning.
He's at 57 right now, so
I think the limit's
like 18.
The limit's like 75, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's 75.
So, which if he has 75, he's retired for the rest of the tournament. 0-2 high. Now a snap throw back to first. Hankins rises the tag and just getting back in time, the sophomore. A good attempt there from Cafarillo. It was actually a great attempt at that. It was a perfect throw, but Johnson just got the hand in back. It's now 1-2 here against Bickley. Righty on righty. Nobody out. Man on first. Swinging strike 3. That curveball has been dangerous tonight. And the sophomore on the bump gets him swinging for his 7th strikeout here this afternoon. Well, Boone Miller took one for a ride, but it went foul last at bat. Ended up getting struck out by Wagner, one of the 7. We'll see if the right-handed first baseman has a little better luck this time and can keep one fair and or put one in play. First pitch, that ball's fouled right side over the netting. It's now 0-1. It's a 2-1 lead for the Mavericks, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. This is the opening day of the Forest Acres Classic. Both teams playing game number 1 and showing off their stuff right away, pitching their 2 aces. It's 0-1 against Miller. Wagner looks back at first. He'll fire home, and that ball hard hits the right side. That's a base hit. Oppo Taco for Miller, and Johnson will go from first to 3rd. And just like that, there's trouble brewing here for the Mavericks. It was a beautiful piece of hitting. Boone Miller took a pitch away and just put it in the right field. Rosales got it in as quickly as he possibly could. But the tying run now 90 feet away for the Silver Foxes. The 9-hole hitter, Candler Morton, will get his first crack to bring him home. So now a time, it looks like, going to be a come talk to him after. It's not head coach Billy Wagner, but I doubt Billy's going to try to come talk to his kid. You know, I feel like that wouldn't go well. Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like one of these things where one of my good friends when I was in high school, because, yeah, I did play baseball in high school for those out there. One of my friends on the team, and his dad he played baseball in college, so he was going to coach us, like, our junior year. But he ended up saying, no, 'cause I don't want you coaching. So we went with another coach, which is kind of just a weird thing because, you know, kind of moved from having a coach that we had brought in from Marion.
Yeah.
Now we had to bring him in and ended up not doing as well my junior year. It was one of the weird things. Sucks we didn't get to see my senior year. Since I graduated back in 2020, I'm sure everyone remembers that year. So.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those weird things that some kids at this age just don't want to talk to their dad, even if their dad has a lot of experience, and that includes being a 7-time All-Star Billy Wagner.
Yeah.
So It's one of those interesting things to see that Billy's not coming to talk out, considering Wagner is an all-star pitcher. And we'll move back to the batter, Morden. Third baseman Jones is on the infield grass. That curveball way outside. That may have been a slider from Wagner. But luckily, Cafarillo was able to ground it. That would have been the second run brought in from a wild pitch tonight. Wagner probably would have been livid on the mound. It's now 1-0, the count 2-1. Read for the Mavericks, top 5, 1 out. Wagner comes home, deals, holds back as Morden. That's a high heat. Stays high, it's now 2-0. There is a bag open for Morden. I don't know if Wagner wants to put him there as the top of the order. And a man who already has got him once, Brady Yarborough, is at the dish. Will come to the dish. He's on deck. However, double play also still in order if it hits. 1-1. That ball, or 2-0 going down. Foul down the right side. Now it's 2-1. It's now kind of a nice day here in Forest Acres. It's partly cloudy as the sun has been behind a cloud for a little while, making it a very comfortable, like mid-70 temperature here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Usually around this time, we were talking about it earlier, it's like seeping hot in Columbia, but right now it feels great. No complaints. Well, 2-1 here against the 9-hole hitter. He throws one in the dirt. Runner goes. That ball down to second. Not even a tag. Interesting. It looked like they may have had him, but he was trying to cut off to get the runner at third. Yeah,
I think it was intentional.
I think it was too. It's just one of those weird things that the runner at third, Braden Johnson, the courtesy runner, didn't break. Almost called a ball, right? So it's 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Yeah.
First base is open for the right-handed right fielder. Wagner does not want to walk him. He only has one tonight. And now he'll step off the rubber as now both corners move in. Hankins and Jones are on the infield grass. Middle infield back at double play depth. Outfield playing Morden straight up here. As that tying run 90 feet away at third with one down in the top of the fifth. Wagner, he is coming into the day 6 walks, now a 7 on the season. He'll come home with a 3-1 fastball, catches the outside part of the zone. Well, now umpire kind of looked down, didn't make it was moments for strike that Cafarillo kind of went for throw. The umpire kind of looked down, didn't make the call at first, so Cafarillo legitimately stopped him, looked back and was like, "You didn't say anything." Umpire kind of holds his fist up for strike. So full count here for the 9-hole. And Morden, while Wagner was taking his time on the mound, will step out and take a second to himself. Wagner shakes off the pitch as the wind coming now in from center field. Full count pitch coming home from the righty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Morden goes down swinging, out number 2 in the inning, and a big out for Wagner, who now has a path out of the inning. Well, now in will step in the top of the order. It's Brady Yarborough. Yarborough has one of the 2 hits of this game, and he has the only run for the Silver Foxes back in the first. He scored off a wild pitch. Back to regular depth is the Miller infield. They'll pitch to Yarborough. Curveball hits outside for ball 1. Good eye from Yarborough, not biting. It seems like this inning, what's been working for Wagner, that curveball has kind of gone off the rails a little bit. He hasn't really found the zone as much as he's used to in the first 4 innings of this game. He's behind 1-0 against Yarborough. That curveball just misses outside. Maybe it was a slider, but either way, the breaking ball's just not connecting. Yarborough looking for RBI number 6, maybe number 7 if it's hit in the right spot. He would love to try to get those back for Dutch Fork and retake the lead. Something they had up until that 3rd inning. 2-1 the game. 2-0 the count. Wagner, the righty, deals low outside. Ball 3 in that fastball. Stays in front. Cafarillo on the backhand. It was a very scary sight for maybe some Maverick fans he didn't really slide, keep it in front of him. He rather just backhanded it. So Yarborough ahead, 3-1 off of Billy Wagner's kit. He'll come home with it, ball 4. Didn't even attempt to pitch to him, really. A 5-pitch walk loads the bases here for the Silver Foxes in the top of the 5th. So now all the attention shifts over to Ethan Offing. Offing is 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a strikeout. The sophomore has a big spot here for Dutch Fork. This game could go a long way in deciding bracket number 1. It's righty on righty. Wagner comes home with the pitch, low fastball, ball 1. Just missed, and it feels like Wagner starting to get a little frustrated with the calls here. Kind of shaking his head a little bit as he walks back to the rubber. Offing has 7 RBIs. The bases are loaded. 2 down in the top of the 5th. Dutch Fork trails by 1. It's 2-1. Wagner comes home. That ball skied into left field, but it's going to be playable, and Noah Gray going to sit under it. Now the center fielder Brownman will call him off in left center and make the play. Offing just got under that one. Had some power under it, but skied it to left center, and Miller and Case and Wagner skirt out of danger, keep the lead at 2-1. So while we, even though, I didn't forget, Jeff, we can play some music in the background. We want to talk about our sponsors for today. Both of them are by Chris Dorsey. First of all, we have the Big Red Box, the dumpster company. They are a containment and a dumpster company that you can peel off trash, you can store things. They come deliver the dumpster to you and roll it away for you. All you gotta do is fill it up. Great customer service, great customer satisfaction, fast and reliable. Gotta love them. They are and best of all, as you said, they promote local high schools in the area.
Yep.
And any other thing to add?
No, they're awesome. Known Chris Dorsey for a long time. But yeah, if you need a dumpster, you can call 803-783-6834 or go to bigredboxdumpstercompany.com.
All right, and then so Chris Dorsey by day, he does the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. In the summer by night, he's the coach of the Legion 215 Richland team for the American Legion League in South Carolina. So why do you want to do Legion? Well, it's free and has some of the best competition in the state. There are some best high school talent and some seniors who are going to play college ball. It's free. It's a way to stay in shape in the summer with the best high school talent. I would sign up right now. You should too. Hit that QR code on your screen. Sign up for your local Legion team. It's in Virginia as well for those who are joining us from out of state. But yeah, so right on cue as we pretty much leading us into the bottom of the 5th. Dutch Fork left them loaded. And now Miller looking to expand on this lead, something they couldn't do last inning. It was a 3-up, 3-down inning for the College of Charleston commit on the bump. He's back out there, dealing to the 9-hole, Noah Gray. First pitch, that ball's going opposite field to right side. Morden, long run, that ball slicing foul, and Morden can't get to it. So we saw Boone Miller go the opposite way, just in the top of the frame. We almost saw the 9-hole Noah Gray go oppo. Instead, that ball just drifts foul. So both these teams having great pitching performance from their aces so far. It's a 2-1 contest and teams that both average over 6 runs a game. First pitch to him now opposite field again. Inside out hitting goes foul for number 1, the right-handed left fielder, and it's now 0-2. Both these teams average over 6 runs, and they both allow under 5. Dutch Fork a little more than Miller. Miller averages about 2.5 runs. Dutch Fork averaging just under 5. 0-2 from the ace, though. He comes home, deals right down Broadway, strike 3 looking. Gray watched it, and that's how the first out of the bottom of the 5th comes about.
Up next, number 7, Jackson Ingram.
Does that feel a little low?
Yeah, it did. Okay. I just say Broadway because I think that's kind of where it was put, but down the middle.
Yeah, it was down the middle. And that's this thing. So yeah, I always sort of think the strike zone is actually kind of oval.
It just depends on the pitcher, it depends on the guy behind the plate, So
yeah,
that low ball has been a strike today, I think, for pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Phipps threw the breaking ball for a strike. Now throws one in the dirt. It's 1-1 against the leadoff hitter Jackson Ingram. So yeah, I mean that ball has been a strike pretty much all day. That's really my pet peeve as a kind of like a player. I just want consistency in the games.
Yeah.
Pretty much watching sports and playing sports, and I think these umpire crews do a good job of at least giving these teams some consistency. Yeah. 1-1 high inside. Ingram gets out of the way. Now it's 2-1 from the College Charleston commit on the mound. The right-handed Phipps versus the right-handed Ingram. So moving on to tomorrow, this Miller team will play the host AC Florida Falcons. Dutch Fork will play Brooklyn Casey in their 5th matchup of the season. Yeah, you heard me right, 5th. Swinging strike 2, off speed, fools Ingram. And now Phipps battles back. It's 2-2. It's a 2-1 Miller lead in the bottom of the 5th. 1 down here for Phipps, and looking for out number 2 against the leadoff shortstop. Win now coming in. And a time called by the hitter Ingram. Wind looks like it's coming in from that right center side, coming right towards us. Would be interesting to see if that ball gets batted down. 2-2, the pitch, swinging strike 3, it doesn't matter. Phipps blows by a fastball, and it's out number 2. 2 strikeouts here to begin the 5th.
Up next, number 4, John Michael Sheff.
So now Phipps up to 5 strikeouts tonight. Or 6, excuse me, for the Silver Foxes, and in comes the left-handed John Michael Sheff. Sheff reached onto the air back in the 3rd before he was left at 3rd, and also struck out looking back in the 1st. See if he can find some success here against Phipps as he takes one inside for ball 1. A lot of talking over there from the Miller dugout. Phipps will slowly deal to Sheff inside ball 2. Phipps, as we've seen all day today, he's no rush. It's kind of nice for me as a broadcaster, but it's very much of a different kind of speed than we're used to seeing. It's definitely a mind game for these Miller hitters. As right on cue, Sheff takes time. Phipps looks like he's again, every time we see hitter step in a box, he'll wheel and deal. Phipps is really kind of taking his time. That'll have to change a lot when he gets to the upper level. It's kind of be interesting to see. 2-0, now grounded over to short. Rollison can't make the play on the dive. That ball gets through, and I'd imagine that'd be a hit. The first one of the day for Sheff.
Yeah, after the dive by the 3rd baseman, it's kind of unplayable by the shortstop.
Yeah. I don't think the shortstop Yarborough would have a play on him, though. I think Sheff would beat that out either way.
Yeah, he's pretty deep at that point, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to see what they rule before I mark it on my scorecard, but 2-out base runner now for the right-handed Manny Browman, the center fielder. Jeff Rose got some stuff to take care of, it seems. Oh, he's adjusting the camera. Now pitch, swinging foul ball right into the backstop. So they ruled that a single for Sheff, so now he is 1 for 3 tonight. Browman, on the other hand, is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to the right fielder. It's righty on righty here, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. A 2-1 lead for the Mavericks at the dish. They're looking for more. That pitch now skied and fouled down the right field line. I can't tell if they actually hit something or not. I did hear a crack. Did that actually hit something, Jeff? Huh?
May have been the top of the batting cage.
I definitely heard a crack. Nonetheless, the right-hander deals. Runner goes at first. Pitch hit and run down the first baseline. Just foul. It was over the bag, but went foul down the right field line. It would have been trouble. Sheff has speed, and he was on his horse over to 3rd. I think he probably would have got home on that ball.
He would have scored. Sure.
I mean, that ball would have been in the right corner. Just foul, and now it's 1-2, if I'm not mistaken, here against the 3-hole hitter, Evan Hankins, lurking on deck. The right-hander on the mound comes set. Sheff goes. He'll fire. That ball's on the ground towards Rollinson at 3rd, and he won't go and get it. Yarborough can't get it. Another 2-out single for these Mavericks, and they now have 2 on with 2 out. And in steps in the ever so dangerous Evan Hankins.
Now batting number 12, Evan Hankins.
Hankins is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 3rd, and he grounded out to lead off the 2nd. He's looking for his first RBI of the night, and Phipps, who started this inning off so strong with 2 straight strikeouts, is now giving up back-to-back singles. The junior Tennessee commit looking for RBIs number 9 and maybe 10. That ball in the dirt. Good job from David Derrick behind the dish to keep it around him. Keeps both Sheff and Browman at first and second.
You don't have any size, like, you know how tall he is. Yeah.
I can figure it out in a second, unfortunately. Fortunately, I didn't get all the Forest Acre stuff today until I came in. Probably should have emailed him a little earlier, maybe, but it was your spring break. I didn't want to bother you. Also, Easter Sunday. I just did, unfortunately, have to do some of my work as well.
Easter Sunday.
Huh?
It was Easter Sunday.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Easter Sunday. I don't know. I'm not emailing you on Easter Sunday.
Nah. Easter Sunday is the day that you come and put up the tents at for the Forest
Exactly.
Acres Classic.
That ball inside out, hitting down the left field line, foul ball. The left-handed first baseman just couldn't get that one to drop. So it's 1-1 now against the left-handed first baseman. Junior Hankins, the Tennessee commit. He hit 4 homers last year, hit 1 this year. If he could put one over the fence right now, it'd be a 5-1 Miller lead. But right now they lead by 1 in the bottom of the 5th. 2 down, runners at second and first. Right-handed College Charleston commit, curveball, beautiful pitch right in the zone. It froze Hankins for strike 2. I mean, that's pretty to watch. Both Wagner and Phipps are throwing that curveball pretty well today. We saw Wagner lose a little control of it in the top of the frame, but Phipps uses it right there to go ahead of Hankins 1 and 2. He looks back, the man on second goes home. That pitch right to the backstop. Some Florida players turn their heads. I think that's Tyler in front of us who came back and just.
That was just poor.
I mean, he used to be a catcher. Come on, man.
Yeah. But that reminds me of, speaking of catchers and flinching, Xander Buchan's dad, Buzz Buchan, he would sit at the fence, and if there was a foul ball at him, he wouldn't flinch at all.
It's crazy.
And it would be like moving that net, 2 inches away from his face.
Jeez.
Just stay still, just like Kobe.
Impressive. Oh, man. I mean, it's just, you got to think that ball's coming in flying high. I mean, I know I'm safe, luckily, but.
Yeah.
Well, 1-2 the count here against Hankins. Phipps will come home with it. Ball fouled off again, and we'll do it all over. I mean, it's just one of these things when everyone gets with flinching. It's kind of funny seeing the announcers get hit. I have kind of a funny flinching story. Back in my junior year, there was this kid, this shortstop. Quickly, Yarborough's going to come talk to Phipps. I think he has a tendency pickup, it looks like. But shortstop threw one into our dugout, and we were playing against Whitmire. And everyone moved but me, and of course the ball bounces off the brick wall and hits the back of my leg. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, ow. My friend's like, you okay? I'm like, just give me like 1 minute. I wasn't playing, so it didn't really matter, but I wasn't good enough to play, but maybe my senior year. Yeah. Would have been interesting to see. 1-2 the pitch, curveball just low and inside. It's a good attempt by Phipps to try to get Hankins to pull the trigger. Hankins doesn't bite, and we'll go to 2-2. Hankins does have 4 walks, but he also has 7 strikeouts. He's yet to walk and or strike out today. It's 2-2. College commit on college commit. Coming home, righty on lefty. That ball skied in the left field, down the left field line. Boykin moving left, running out of room, and it will get out of play. It started around the left field line and eventually kept curling foul. It's a great piece of inside-out hitting. I mean, we've seen Miller do such a good job of today. They just can't get it fair. Did a great job of battling. It was a beautiful pitch by Phipps. Jeff, do you have the pitch count for Hunter?
81.
And that means he's pretty much done for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
Gotta see if they can get him a win on the mound. 2-2, runners go, high throw, he's gonna throw down to third, Rawlinson doesn't cover, and a double steal pulled off successfully by Miller, and it's a full count. What a play from Miller. A lot of guts from Coach Wagner to call it off. Sheff and Browman both get it. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for the best hitter on this Maverick team. It's a full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. And they're looking to expand on their 2-1 lead. It's Phipps versus Hankins. It's been the premier battle of the day. Phipps, he'll wind, he'll deal, he'll deliver, foul ball. We'll do it again. Phipps has yet to record a loss on the mound. If it stood right now, he'd have his first loss of the season in 5 starts. Well, but the same thing can also be said for Case and Wagner. He's 3-0 in 3 starts. So Give and take here between Miller and Dutch Fork. Phipps, slow as ever. He'll kick. He'll deal home the pitch. Got him looking, strike three. Hunter Phipps paints the corner. White and green. Miller can't connect, and Dutch Fork gets out of the jam. They still trail by 1 going to the top of the 6th. That's why you watch the Forest Acres Classic, folks. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Top 6 incoming here from Falcon Field. What an at-bat we just witnessed. Kason Wagner come to the mound. He'll try to top it right now. First pitch, swinging a drive. Oh my goodness, on his horse. Goodbye, Brady Yarborough. Sends a moonshot to left, and we are tied at 2. I mean, holy. Yarborough send that one to the stratosphere. A no-doubter ties this game at 2 in the top of the 6th. Or no, that's Matthew Rollison, excuse me. I mean, geez, I was a player behind, looking at the wrong side of my score sheet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was launched.
I
blame my score sheet on that, but we are tied at 2. Rollison stamped that one to the moon. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Rollison. And now it's Salters at the dish who takes ball 1 inside. Oh my.
It was a rainmaker. Made the clouds, dense.
Jeez. 1-0 coming home. Salters watches a ball that may have been the fastest one Wagner's thrown today for strike 1. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, I watched Bo Holland's homer, and that was more impressive than Bo Holland's homer. Curve ball stays high, ball 2. I mean, that ball, I mean, goodness. I'm in shock. I mean, that was beautiful. That's also why you watch the Forest Acres Classic. Welcome Matthew Rollison into the game, who's now 1 for 3. The sophomore Salters watches a curveball beautifully right in there for strike 2. Some interesting notes on the last at-bat, though, from Phipps. Phipps was sitting around 89 for the whole game. Went to 91 in that at-bat to get out Hankins in the 10-pitch affair, which was a battle to end the 5th. And now Salters takes ball 3 outside. It's 3-2, full count here. Top of the 6th. This has been a great pitcher's duel and a great game so far for both Miller and Dutch Fork, who are expending their aces here in game number 1. Full count from the right-hander to the right-hander. Skied in the right field. Rosales right at him. He has a read, and he'll make the play for out number 1. Well, Dutch Fork, after that homer by Rollison, is now tied this game at 2. Warming up in the bullpen is Jesse English. First action of bullpen movement we've seen from Dutch Fork, and right on cue as well. From the angle we have here, I can't see the bullpen for Miller, but there is some work in the Maverick bullpen far
See
away.
the catcher over there, yeah.
Yeah, I can see the catcher. Ball bouncing in. Jarvis Jackson, the right-handed DH, watches it go by. That's a man who would love for Wagner to get out of the game. Has 2 strikeouts on 2 plate appearances so far. Well, 1-0 here against Jarvis. Pitching low, just low. That ball right around the area. They called a strike all game. Wagner a little upset. It's Jarvis Jackson. He's 0 for his last 6. Looking to break out of a mini slump here. Wines deals that ball softly ground over to first. Hankins will field it on the backhand on the hop and step on first for out number 2. Nice little 3 unassisted there for number 12. And now there's 2 down after the leadoff homer from Rollison.
It's a pretty easy play, but it was a little tricky hop that just like skipped to the.
Well,
right.
I was kind of curious. I was still waiting to call. I was like, does that make? I was gonna wait to say it could get it by him because I didn't want to say anything, but he was able to stay in front of it.
Yeah, it looked like it could have spun a little more to the foul territory.
Well, now in comes Hunter Phipps, the pitcher, who is now looking more and more like we will not see him back out there for the 6th. Wagner pitches to him low outside, ball 1.
Floor players leaving to get ready for the next game.
I'm not seeing any Brooklyn Casey players arrive yet. Now, again, this game is going fast. We're still about 90 minutes away from game number 4.
They probably have the cage first.
Oh yeah, probably. That makes more sense. That ball, that's a bloop hit to center field. Broman coming on. Oh no, the second baseman Chef goes back and mix. I didn't even see him go. Kind of Houdini back there. You blink and you miss it. For out number 3 though. Oh, Matthew Rollinson, welcome to the Forest Acres Classic. A moonshot to tie this game at 2. We'll probably be seeing a new pitcher here for the Silver Foxes. We're going to try to keep this game at 2, going to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back here to Forest Acres. New pitcher on the mound here for the Silver Foxes. That's the Irmo player from last year, Jesse English. English will now have to try to come in relief and help out his team. Keep this game at 2. First pitch to him. Ryan skies that one in the shallow center. Can actually be on the infield dirt. Yarborough's going to call everyone off from short. He'll make the play right behind second for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. English will take it. So English, he's a commit
Now batting
to,
number
well, if I can find it,
Jackson
Patrick and Henry
Gonzalez.
Community College. He
No,
got
just
one.
Patrick Henry here.
I have no idea.
It's not. It's this one guy,
Oh,
Patrick Henry. Doesn't that
Oh.
give me liberty or give me death?
no, it just says Patrick and Henry. That's
Does
what
it
I
say
got.
Patrick and Henry?
That's what I got. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, here we go. Ball one now in high to the right-handed right fielder Jackson Rosales. English, the right-hander on the bump, coming in tonight with 6 appearances over 8 innings pitched and 5 earned runs. He's a 1-1 seasonal record. That pitch hard down the third baseline, foul. Over there, just in case. Looks like there's another man kind of just throwing, just in case English can't deliver the goods here. It's number 12 getting ready for Dutch Fork. I'm looking for a number, can't find it over here. Well, right now we'll turn our attention to English. It's 1-1 here. Pitch high and away, ball 2. Rosales was 0 for 2 with a line out to center and left field. So, probably a little happy to see Phipps get out of that off the bump after a phenomenal outing from Phipps. He went 5 innings, gave up 2 unearned runs, had 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. That's Phipps' final line, and now, after Rollison hit that homer, he's off the hook for the loss. Which would have been a tough loss to give him after he pitched brilliantly, only giving up 2 runs against a solid lineup here for the Mavericks. Oh, it's 1-2 from English. He comes home. Rosales gets on his hands. Coming in third baseman Rollison. He'll have to give up on that one. That ball falls helplessly to the dirt. Yeah, there's work in both bullpens right now. I can't see what's going on in the side of for if I can talk, for Dutch Fork. I'm trying to look who it is for for Miller. I'm trying to look who it is for Dutch Fork because they have a number that I don't have on my sheet. Yeah, they don't have a number 12 at all, so I'm not exactly sure who that is actually. We'll have to, I guess, hopefully see. Maybe I can find the lineup card where they should probably have. So it's 1-2 here against Rosales. English hit to throw a strike by him, and now Rosales will call time and step out. So that is Coleman Fryer over there for the Silver Foxes. Again, Coleman is number 21. He's a sophomore, so he's wearing number 12 today. He's a sophomore who has 1 appearance so far this year. He's currently getting warm in the Silver Fox bullpen. I've said it pretty much every game now. I haven't really said it this one because of just the star power pitching we've had. But I've been always curious to see how these guys go after their pitching rotations. How they throw, when they throw their aces, how many people they throw per game. Because, yeah, theoretically 4 straight days of games. So 1-2 from the right-hander on the mound. High fastball up around the letters. Stays high for ball 2. But kind of the point is, it's weird seeing already, got a guy in English and they already have someone else warming up just in case, because you don't want to waste your good arms, and English could potentially start down the line one day this week. 1-2 coming home, softly grounded, can't hit the glove. English bouncing over to Yarborough at short. Yarborough will throw it on a hop, and it's by the first baseman, but it'll get right back to Boone. I think that may have been a hit nonetheless. It would have been a hard play as Yarborough picked it up on the bare hand. A 1-out base runner is now aboard here for Miller. I'm going to see what they rule out before I go in there.
Now batting number 5, Dom Caparello.
Dom Caparillo, another man. It's pretty not hard to see how many people are happy. They roll a single, so it's a single for Jackson Rosales. But it's kind of interesting to see, how many people are happy for these starting pitchers to get out. Another man who is kind of a culprit of 2 groundouts here against Phipps. He'll now get a fresh face against English. So the go-ahead run is now at first base. Going to be one to watch here down the stretch, as both teams are looking to break this tie in the 6th. We'll kind of bring you back through it. Yarborough, the shortstop for Dutch Fork, he singled back in the first game all the way around and scored on a wild pitch. Then Miller struck back in the 3rd, had 2 come across on a couple errors and a couple hits. They had the 2-1 lead till the top of the 6th, whereas you saw Matthew Rollison put a moonshot in the left field. And that's where we stand at 2-2. There's one out in the bottom of the 6th. Go-ahead runs at first, and on cue, Jesse English throws over to see if Rosales will move, and he gets back in safely. This game is going to go a long way in deciding who comes out of this first side of the bracket. Dutch Fork and Miller showing a lot of talent here. But it's kind of weird because, I mean, if you lose a game, it's kind of hard to bounce back in a way because there's only 2 other games left. You got to hope this team loses 2 more, and it usually isn't likely. And or they go to the triangle of death. That ball behind Caffarillo. He ducked out of the way, didn't let him hit him. A little breaking ball. Actually catches a break there for Dutch Fork. I would have hit him on the back.
Was that the first pitch to this batter?
Yes.
Man, we hit the brakes on this game.
Well, I mean,
We were flying by the first 4 innings.
that's what happens when they start hitting a little better. I mean, it was 3 downs for like half the frames in this game. English, he'll go home. That pitch high, ball 2, and just like that, English has lost a little of the zone. 2-0. On deck, if it gets that far, it's Drew Lucy, who's 1 for 2 rather. And then in the holes, Noah Gray. Then the lineup will flip back over for Miller. Something we could see in the bottom of the 7th. If it gets that far, we may not see it. 2-0 here against the 7-hole Caffarillo. Ball high, ball 3, and English looks a bit frustrated as he can't find the zone. Throwing 3 straight balls here, and he trails Caffarillo. Miller all the way from Charlottesville, Virginia, the longest team, or the farthest away. And Mount Pleasant for Oceanside Collegiate, nothing compared to Charlottesville, Virginia. East Joe's bunt, 3-0, high inside, ball 4. English walks him on 4 straight, and there's 2 on, 1 out. And Miller now has a massive threat here in the 6th. And a courtesy runner coming in from Miller. Now I get to flip through my 4 pages of notes and see who we got. It's always fun, right, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's having fun watching me struggle to flip through these notes. So that is number 17, Gabe Proctor.
Hey, the little dude at concession right now with the colorful baseball shirt. That's Charlie Scott's youngest brother.
Oh boy,
Dude's gonna be a legend.
It's gonna be a legend.
Yeah, it's Hugh Scott.
I'll be back to call Hugh Scott game.
Hugh and then Wolf Winsky.
Oh, showing bunt, but that ball gets to the backstop. And Jesse English has come in and thrown 5 straight balls, and now 2 runs in scoring position. And here comes a talk from the head coach, Casey Waiters. Jesse English has now faced his 4th batter. He's walked 1, led a hit, and gotten 1 out. But the go-ahead run is 90 feet away at 3rd. We're gonna put some music on, I think, right?
Yeah, got some background music.
I don't think the monetizing the stream. For those who are new here, I know y'all come around once a year if you're Miller, and a little more if you're Dutch Fork, but I have to put some background music on so the stream can't get monetized because that's a no-no here. Yeah.
Well, the problem is then people at home will have to watch commercials. And
we don't want that, do we?
Yeah, it's no fun. It's all right.
So English will stay out there now. He has lost the grip on this game, and he's starting to struggle against the bottom half of this Miller order. Hunter Phipps has thrown a gem today, and he's not in rain to get the loss, but he would love to come away with this game with a win. So would, Casey Wagner, excuse me. I mean, he's pitched also 6 innings with only 2 earned runs. Well, 2-0 here against the right-handed Lucy. He squares to bunt. It's high and away, ball 3. And Rollison was charging hard. It could be a potential play at the plate.
Ball 2.
Ball 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Ball 2. Not as bad as ball 3. Ball 2-0, 1 down. It's a 2-2 game in the bottom of the 6th. Lucy showing bunt. And he puts this one right in the air, right at Rollison for out number 2. And a big mistake from Miller as Coach Wagner over at first. You can see him on the stream, hands on his knees, head down. He can't believe it.
Now batting number 1, Noah Gray.
And just like that, there is a way to get out of this inning for the Silver Foxes, and it runs right through number 1, Noah Gray. Noah reached on the air and scored back in the 3rd, and he struck out looking just an inning ago. However, it's a new pitcher He's looking to deliver right here. First pitch to him, inside, cut the side of the zone against the right-handed hitter, strike one. Nice pitch from English, a changeup it looked like. English coming off of a 1-inning pitch, 2K performance in his last outing. Looking to get out of this unscathed here. 0-1 coming home, inside, it's gonna hit Gray on the hand. And exactly what you don't want to do is now the bases are juiced for the first time since the third inning.
7, Jackson Ingram.
Coming back up, Jackson Ingram, and if there's a man in this lineup who is really happy to see Hunter Phipps gets out, look no further than Jackson Ingram. Not 1, not 2, but 3 strikeouts for Ingram tonight against Phipps. So you got to think he's ecstatic seeing a man that's not Phipps on the mound. Ingram has matched his season total in strikeouts tonight. He's now a 6 on the year. First pitch to English, high, ball 1. There's no way to put him. English is going to be careful here. The top of the order is finally hit for the Mavericks. We're looking to come down here and win the Forest Acres Classic for the first time since 2019. English breeze. He comes home. The pitch, high and away, ball 2. And now the catcher, David Derrick, going to go talk to his right-handed gunslinger on the bump. So we've actually changed. Coleman Fryer is no longer warming up. Instead of another new Silver Fox out there in the bullpen who's starting to throw, that's number 20, Jake Bogan. Jake is yet to appear on the mound at all this year, as Brooklyn Casey has now come in.
Oh, I like the pinstripes.
2-0. Coming home. The pitch, high and away, ball 3 in English. In his own head. Turns away in disgust. 3-0, nowhere to put him. That go-ahead run at 90 feet away at third. Jackson Ingram is yet to record a hit or even put a ball in play tonight. English, the right-hander. He'll come home, ball high, 4. And English throws the glove in disgust.
Okay.
Not a way you want to see it. And he just didn't find the zone at all. Threw 4 straight balls. And he walked 2 of those 4 batters. He hit 1. And Miller, with a bang, not with a bang, but with a whimper, takes the 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th. They're going to come talk to English, and after what transpired, I'm not sure if he's going to stay out there.
But I can't. That's the second visit this inning.
Yeah.
All right, let's put some background music on.
And now Coleman Fryer, talking about him, he will come. And so even though it was a Jake Bogan throwing up in the bullpen, it is going to be Coleman Fryer coming in to pitch for the Silver Foxes. Pitching change here at Falcon Field. Oh, wait, though. You want to talk about some sponsors, Jeff?
Yeah,
you may not have
let's
time to do it. We got 2 sponsors here for sponsoring the whole Forest Acres Classic. We have multiple ones, but 2 we're going to be highlighting here, both by Chris Dorsey. By day, this man runs their Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're a dumpster company and a container company. They deliver the container to you. You fill it up, they'll take it away. They run throughout the Midlands. They support high school baseball. What's not to love? Great company, great customer satisfaction, reliable, all the things you want in a company. So by day, Chris Dorsey runs the Big Red Box. By night, he runs the Richland 215 Legion team, especially mostly in the summer. That's a team I actually got the privilege to cover last summer. He gave me a chance when summer didn't come a call, and I've only been doing this for a little over a year. That team, Legion League, why do you want to play Legion baseball? Simple. It's free and great competition. There are some of the best players across the state, some of the best high school products, and some college players who are committed. And again, it's free, no charge. You just sign up, hit that QR code right there. It'll take you to the Legion site. Sign up, get plugged into your Legion post. There's some all around the state. I mean, there's 31 Legion teams this year. It's always a lot of fun this summer. I'll be probably calling a couple of games. And of course, my main man, Jeff Rhodes here, will be filming all of the, at least senior team
Hang
games.
out, watch some summer baseball.
Yeah. So yeah, come on, sign up. And again, they have it in Virginia too, so if you want to hit that QR code, you can sign up right there for Virginia.
Yeah, so this QR code, so I created the QR code because the link was really, really long. Yeah, it's a short URL, but then like to get to the form, like the way it's populated, the link was really long. So the QR code does not look quite like other QR codes. It has a lot of different pixels. But no, that'll take you to the form if you want to go to it. Otherwise, you can go to the Facebook page for Richland 215, and you'll be able to find the link there too.
Oh, here we go. Oh, new pitcher, the sophomore Coleman Fryer, has only one appearance. He's got 2 outs. He got 3 hits on 1 and 1 earned run. He greets the left-handed John Michael Sheff with a fastball on the outside part of the zone for strike 1. The right-hander has not been in a spot even close to as big as this one. He's trying to limit the damage here in the 6th. Next pitch, high outside, ball 2. This has been a
1-1.
Oh, 1-1. Yeah, you're right. It's been a wild game so far. Miller was not behind for long as they take the 1-run lead here in the 6th. Now pitch, just low, ball 2. So we saw Fryer warming up, but he did take a break before he came in. We just want him to get out of this game and give the offense a chance to strike in the 7th. It's been the best game of the Forest Acres Classic in its young so far. Ball outside, ball 3, and the lefty ahead, 3-1 against Fryer on the mound.
The best game unless you're a River Bluff fan.
Correct. Well, River Bluff and Airport fans like their games,
Yeah.
but I mean, this has been the most competitive game here. 3-1 coming on Fryer. That ball's fouled down the left field line. Sheff was just behind it. So it's a full count. The merry-go-round will be in motion here at Falcon Field. At third, Caffarillo. Second, Noah Gray. First, Jackson Ingram. On the plate, John Michael Sheff versus Coleman Fryer. 3-2. Ball outside. Ball 4. Back-to-back-to-back walks. Has brought in 2 runs here. And now Miller takes a 2-run lead. It's 4-2. And what's been a great game, it's been really tough to watch. 2 straight players come in and score 2 runs. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. Bases still juiced now for the right-handed center fielder, Manny Brauman. First pitch to Brauman, inside, caught the part of the zone, strike 1. Brauman saw one, he's like, all right, I see it. I'll get back in and I'll hit it.
Yeah, if the last batter was right-handed, that pitch location probably would have been a strike.
Yeah, over his head, the curveball almost hit him in the head. Luckily, ducked out of the way. It's ball 1.
Yeah, from when the ump was on the other shoulder of the catcher, so it looks a little low in a way, but for right-handed batters, it's a
It's the
strike.
way the strike box works, I guess. That ball was low and inside for ball 2. So Dutch Fork really does not, I mean, they've been in this game for so long. You don't want to lose grip of it, but, I mean, the offense can come guns a-blazing. That ball skied high into left field. Now Blake Bickley coming in hard. He'll make the play in shallow left for the out. But after a rough couple of innings, Jesse English now in line for the loss. He gives up 2 runs and only gets 2 outs. Fryer gets the last out, and we will head to the top of the 7. Dutch Fork needs 2 to stay alive in this game. We'll see if Miller can get it. Come back right here on Definite Fiction. Here we go, top of the 7th. Jeff is as excited as I am. New pitcher in for the Miller School of Albemarle. It is Jacob Rexroad, number 11, the first southpaw in the Forest Acres Classic to make an appearance. So Kason Wagner is done. He leads off against Boykin Bickley takes a strike on the inside part of the zone. It's lefty on righty here. Rexroad comes in with 4 appearances, 3 starts. He's 2-0 at 13 innings with just 2.15 ERA. Rexroad looking to close the door and get his first save of the season. Second pitch to Bickley, inside out hitting, and he goes ahead 0-2 as that ball goes foul. So Kason Wagner, after a phenomenal outing, is done. 2 earned runs in over 6 innings, 3 hits, and 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Great day for Wagner. He's in line for the win, as long as Rexroad can finish this one off. Got to go through Miller to do it. An out ball, sharply hit over to second base. Chef fields it, throws over to first, where the big hulking Evan Hankins is. Out number 1.
Up next, number 7, Boone Miller.
Boone Miller will get back into the game now. He had a great job of inside out hitting, but was left stranded at second back in the 5th. Boone is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout here today. The southpaw, so right, left on right yet again, deals, throws a fastball, hits the outside part of the zone for strike 1 against the right-handed first baseman. Well, on deck, it will be Candler Morden. If it gets that far, top of the order after him. Dutch Fork would need it to continue this game. Next pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike number 2. Rexroad leads this team with 15 strikeouts. Looking for number 16 right here. He's ahead 0-2 on Boone Miller. Pitch comes in, gets him inside part of the plate. Strike 3 looking. Miller got froze. And it's 2 gone here in the top of the 7th last ditch chance for the Silver Foxes. Dutch Fork has never won the Forest Acres Classic here. Overbluff has won it multiple times. Miller has won it once. AC Flores obviously won it multiple times. Dutch Fork still searching for their first win. I may have to do the math, but they think they have the most ever appearances without a win. As Candler Morgan watches one go by in the inside part of the zone for strike 1. Another lefty on righty matchup here for the southpaw on the bump. Rexroad come out of the windup. He'll pitch inside, strike 2. Warren can't believe it. He's down to his last strike.
Yeah, it's just this fastball has this tail action to it.
It's coming
It's
right
got to
across.
be really tough.
Now time call from Morden. And if it gets that far, it's top of the order in Brady Yarborough. But it's got to get that far. Rexroad looking for 3 straight outs and finishing this one off. He's ahead 0-2. Another time call by Morden as Rexroad on the mound was taking a lot of time to throw one in. He'll wind. 0-2, coming home, pitch low, just outside. Caffarillo thought it was over. Instead, we'll go at least one more. 1-2 the count. It's a 2-run lead for Miller. Dutch Fork down to their last strike in the top of the 7th. Setting up inside. Rexroad throws one. That ball just beaten to the ground. Foul ball. Morton does a great job to stay alive. A defensive swing right there for the right fielder. It was a great piece of hitting there from Morton, who just fought that one off. There's any shot you can see to stay alive. Right now he's looking to battle. The most competitive game so far in the young start to this Forest Classic. A hush falling over the crowd. Miller trying to wheel their pitcher on. 1-2, coming home. Rexroad, Morden skies that one high into shallow right field. Going back to second baseman Chef. He has room and he will make the play. And Miller score 2 in the 6th inning off 2 walks and secure a 4-2 win in the game number 1 for them in this Forest Acres Classic. The number 3 team in Virginia beats Dutch Fork in a valiant effort. 2 phenomenal pitching performances. Wagner gets the win. Jesse English gets the loss in relief. And it was a great contest from both squads, both competitive and a fun game. Now, Miller is now in the driver's seat. Well, driver's seat to most likely play for at least, they're now on the high road, if I can talk correctly, to get to that championship game on Thursday.
They're in the driver's seat.
On the driver's seat. I mean, it's going to matter. Tomorrow matters a lot. They will come and they will play AC Flora in the final game tomorrow. Many people, I mean, I was talking to one of the coaches to Dutch Fork earlier before this game. Kind of agree that I think Dutch Fork and AC Flora are very comparable. The difference between AC Flora and Dutch Fork has a lot of older and newer guys. AC Flora is a very young team. So we'll see what happens in this next game. And AC Flora, if you guys want to watch Miller and or Dutch Fork, don't go anywhere. Dutch Fork will play Brooklyn Casey tomorrow in the 5 o'clock game. So you guys got 2 more teams to play. I'll be here for both those games tomorrow. I won't make it for the opening half, but I'll be here for the next game on tonight for our own AC Flora Falcons. And then I'll be here for tomorrow.
Looks like we're just before 7 o'clock. My guess is would you say the last game started about 5 minutes early?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we do that as well, but we'll come back at about 7:45 ahead of the game, and we will see you then. Thanks for watching.